Hey, what's up and welcome to this very new and super awaited and exciting tutorial. My name is Mr. Popo and we are Popo. So before I start talking about the tutorial that we're going to be looking at, I first want to give as supposed to be a shout out to supporters of this tutorial, which are Adobe After Effects Malaysia, as well as HKVFX Center and Limco Queen University for giving me all the assets and the place where I can record and everything. So thank you very much, guys. Limco University, HKVFX, and IME, aka Adobe After Effects Malaysia. Now today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to recreate and see how I recreated I emphasize on recreated this typography motion. So let's check it out. Alright, amazing. So yeah, so as I said, we're going to be trying to recreate this. Went to the comments and everybody just asking for tutorials, so then I said let's go, let's do this. So what we're going to be doing is not really going to recreate the whole thing at first. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to recreate first the scene, yeah, we're going to try to recreate the scene, and then if it goes good, then maybe I can do a future tutorial on how to create the other scene. So yeah, so once again, this is a recreation of the original works of Johnny Munevar and Rafatoon Graphics. So please go and check them out. This is the original work. What I've done is I recreated, please. Alright, so this is not my work, I recreated it. Okay, so and I'm trying to share with you how this can be done. So unlike other tutorials that I do, this one is pretty long. So in spite of having a 1 hour or 2, 3, 4, even 5 hours tutorial, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting this into parts. So today we're going to be looking at is not really the whole thing, but we will try to look at how to create today, how to create the E and the O first. And then there'll be the next part 2 will be other letters. But for today is to set this, to set the scene, get this shape done, get this E and get the O open and ready to be used. Alright, cool, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is, I'll be uploading this with a tutorial, is I need you to get this because we need to trace all that. Or it's going to be an easy thing. Alright, cool, so I guess let's get started. Cool, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is of course creating a new composition, and I'm going to call this final. 1920 is quite too big for this one, so I'm just going to go for 720p. 10 seconds sounds just okay. Alright, I'm going to go for black. Cool. Now I can bring this here and I can just hide it for now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to set the scene, meaning the background and the animation before we can see the scene, meaning this small radial going on here, as you can see. All right, and then those lines and everything. Cool. So hide it. So when I create a background, of course, the only thing to create a background is, of course, creating a solid. So I'm just going to go create a solid, new solid, or layer, new solid, or Control Y. So new solid, and I'm going to call this probably BG1. All right, and make it comp size. And for the color, I've already prepared some colors. So since this is really color heavily based, so I'm just gonna go for F4, FE, and CC. It's gonna give me this greenish white. Cool. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'm not gonna create the others, but I'm gonna try to animate this, duplicate, and then change the color. So because you can see that the video is mostly an offset. You can see, so it's actually they have the same thing but just different color and different time and same rotation and same speed. So what I'm going to be doing is to do that transition. Of course I need a transition that is radial, and for that I'm just going to create radial wipe. All right, or select the layer, effect, transition, radial wipe. Where is it? Where is it? I can't really see radial wipe. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing is, first I should not see anything. Okay. We're going to go clockwise. We're not going to see anything. So I'm going to put a keyframe here, hit U, or animation, reveal properties with keyframes, and I'm going to go 20 frames. So shift page down. Shift page down. For Mac, I'm sorry, I have no idea. I'm not a Mac user. So once again, 20 frames, shift page down, shift page down. All right, and I'm gonna turn this off into 0. Cool. And then I'm just gonna get this F9 keyframe, easy ease, and I'm just gonna go and easy ease that from fast to slow. So let's look at our motion for now. Let's get into 2 seconds. Cool. And let's preview. All right, so quite cool. 20 frames, fast to slow. So this is how we're gonna go. Now I'm just gonna go duplicate this layer. All right, select the layer, edit, duplicate. We're gonna duplicate the layer instead of creating a new one. And I'm just gonna go to layer, solid setting, Control-Shift-Y. Select the layer. I'm going to name this BG2 layer, solid setting, and let's change the color. So the color that I'm going to use next is something that I've already prepared, and that is B2E 7C9. Yeah, cool. All right, so this is what we have now. So the problem is they come together in the same time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start counting using page down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to push this layer here. Great. So let's get this. See that? It's quite smooth. Now the next thing is pretty much the same. I'm going to duplicate, but this one I'm going to call it BG3 main. This is the one that we want. And once again, I'm going to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. Push the layers, not cut it, push it to make sure that the keyframe starts from there. And we're going to change the color once again, and we're going to go here and we use our main color, which is 9D574C. Great. Cool. So what do we have now? All right, that's quite smooth. Now we have this. That's quite cool. Now the next thing we need to look for is, hold on, I'm just gonna get all that, push it down. The next thing we need is, as you can see, we have those small lines going on here. Now, I'm not gonna use an Illustrator or anything else, I'm gonna use After Effects. So, how to create that? I'm gonna create a new solid. New solid, or Control-Y, or layer, once again, for the last time, layer, new solid. And I'm going to call this stroked background. Comp size, the color does actually matter, and there is a 16148. And I'm just going to go to Effects and look for Venetian blinds. Now, what Venetian blind does, let me solo this. What Venetian blind does, it gives you this kind of transition. All right, so it's quite cool. Sometimes for videography or something, it's really, really cool. And yeah, we're going to use this for now. And in spite of using it for transition, we're going to use it to create those, how do we call that? Create those strokes. So what I'm going to do is, I think this is too much, so maybe like that. And I think we have too much, so I'm just going to reduce this a bit. Right? Just reduce this a bit. Let's just flip it somewhere around 30 degrees. Yeah, I guess so. Cool. And I'm just gonna put it down. Cool. Hey, actually it matches somehow a bit. Yeah, I guess it's just a bit more, but yeah, somehow it matches. I think I used 34, 32 in the real comp. Now, yeah, so now we have the background and it's quite cool. We're not gonna animate this, we're gonna animate it in our own way. Now, I'm just gonna wait like 20 frames. After 20 frames, I'm gonna get this here, and I'm just gonna go to opacity, 0, then 1, 2, 3, 30 frames. Shift page down again, okay? For the last time, 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna get this to 100, and just use an easy ease. Easy ease. All right, so let's look at our composition for now. All right, then a small reveal of the strokes. Nice. So what I'm going to do is, I know that this is the scene, so I'm just going to select everything and just make sure that, you know, it's the same color so that I can know that this is the group of the scene. Now, we're done with our background completely, with our scene. What we need to do is we need to start creating the shape here. So what I did was I'm going to use the pen tool to create this shape. I need only the fill, I don't need the stroke, so I'm just going to go create this. Pretty simple. Cool, and I'm going to call this le box. Great. I can see that I do have a small problem right here, and that is the anchor point. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and get this anchor point using the anchor point tool, pan behind, or hit Y for a short key. And if you have Adobe After Effects CC, that's gonna be freaking nice, because you can just hit Control Alt Home and the anchor point is going to go directly in the center. Or you can go and hit Control so that you can snap it in After Effects CS6 and up, CS 5.5 and up. You can hit Control so that you can snap this. All right. Or better, you can go to Window, Ease and Wizz. Now, Ease and Wizz, how to get it? You can get it from I completely forgot, AE scripts. Come on. AE scripts, and we go to Ease and Wizz. All right, so this is, it's up to you how much you want to pay. All right, so you can pay, normally he's asking for 24.99, or you can just go put 0 and just add to cart. I mean, create an account, put 0 here, and then add to cart. Then you can download. It's for free. All right, you can name your own price. All right, so when you install it, you just put it in the script folder, script UI folder, and you're good to go. Check my other videos so that if you are thinking of installing this script, you don't know how, you can whether find it on the internet, or you can check other videos that I've made which I explain how to install that script. Okay, so the moment you install it, you go to Window and you go to Ease and Wizz, and not really Ease and Wizz. Oh my God, what am I talking about? You can go to a reposition anchor point, which you can get it actually from the same website. Sorry guys, it's actually 4 in the morning and I haven't slept for 3 days, not even an inch. So yeah, an anchor point is the same thing actually. So you can just name your own price and then you can download it. Now, what is anchor point? Anchor point is the tool to change the anchor point. Quite hard, huh? So for me, for example, if I want to put it in the center, I'll just select the layer and Put it in center. I want to put it up. Cool. All right. Now I'm just gonna put this guy here. So what I'm going to be doing here is I don't want it to be here. Actually, I want it to be up. Why? Because as you can see from this video, it's gonna it's gonna come down and, you know, just rotate there. So that's what we're gonna do. We need to make it 3D and then rotate it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna keep this here the way it is, and I'm just gonna go and create my text. All right, so I'm using Gabriella. That's the one I used here, regular, and yeah, let me just type it. Cool. I can see that the N is quite big, so I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller. I think I used 113 if I'm not mistaken. Exactly. Damn, I'm getting away from my Alzheimer. Nice. Cool. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this 3D, both of them, and I want to link this guy. I want to link this guy to the box so that I just rotate one of them. So I'm just gonna parent it. Now if I rotate the box, I'm rotating the text as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Now let's animate this. It's gonna be pretty easy, so yeah, let's go. So I'm gonna go to rotation. I'm gonna hit R, rotation, or you just go inside transform and you have the rotation here. Okay, so shortcut R. And what I can do is I'm gonna rotate it around the X so that I can bring it from here, then I bring it a bit in front, a bit back, a bit in front, then back to 0. Hopefully that makes sense. Cool. So I'm gonna put a keyframe on X and then I'm gonna rotate it back until it's flat, 95, yeah. And yeah, I'm just gonna count 10 frames and I'm gonna bring it in front till maybe -30. Yeah, and then another 10 frame and I'm gonna bring it back to let's just say 10 maybe, just a bit, just a touch here, yeah, and then another 10 frame, shift page down, and I'm just gonna bring it just a bit in front, like -9, yeah, and then I'm gonna go back and put this back to 0. Now get all of this and use a small ease and ease and check what's gonna happen. That's it. That's how we do a small flip-flop like that. Not really a flip-flop, but whatever. Okay, so we've done that. Put it, motion blur. Let's try again. Amazing. Now I'm just gonna get both of this. I'm just gonna color them so I know that this is the group of the books. Purple. So I'm just gonna put them in purple and I'm gonna hide them for now. I'm done. Good, we're good to go. Now, now I can start creating the other letters. So yeah, let's start. I'm gonna start tracing this one. So how to do this is you have to follow the steps that I'm gonna do here, or yeah, actually you have to follow the steps because that's the logical way. I'm gonna try creating first the base. Okay, I'm gonna try to create the base. And then from the base, I'm gonna start creating those wonders. So let's go. I'm just gonna go get the pen tool, fill the color, and I'm just gonna start from here, then here, then here. How I'm getting a straight line is because I'm holding shift when I click. Shift, 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 shift. That's wrong. Shift. Here I'm not holding shift. Okay. Shift, 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 shift. Cool. Alright, so now I got my letter E. This one I'm gonna call it E shape. All right, this is really important. It's from this that everything is going to start from. Everything is going to be possible. All right, so cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is I need to create those strokes. Okay, so basically what I need to do is duplicate this guy and copy the stroke color. For this one, I'm going to call it le e strokes, and I'm going to copy the stroke color here. All right, or somewhere around there. Yeah, cool. And I'm just gonna delete this one. I don't need it, and I'm gonna put this maybe a tree. Yeah, it's cool. All right, so for now, this is what we have. Great, but as you can see, the difference is here we have it dashed, but here it's quite full. So how to get that dashed thing? So to do the dash, I'm just gonna go inside contents. This is my shape. All right, I'm gonna go inside. I don't need the fill. I have the stroke here, so this is your stroke. Okay, now if you go inside, you'll see that you have dashes. So I'm just gonna go inside, and that's it. But for my case, I changed a bit. I added more dashes. All right, so something like that, I guess. Yeah, cool. Let's see. Great. Super nice. Yeah, cool. That's how I created the dash. Basically that's pretty much it. Now let's create, let's see, we'll animate everything later, so don't worry. Let's create the ball. So the ball, I just go to shape, circle. All right, and I don't need the stroke, but I need the fill. So copy the ball, and cool. So I'm gonna call this elastic ball. Great. And make sure that the anchor point is right in the center, so everything should be in the center. Great. Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah, I need yeah, let's start first animating this so that we can see where we are. So the ball, how to animate it, there is nothing as simple as going here to, I'm gonna go to position. I'm going to put a keyframe on the ball position. Then I'm going to go shift page down for 20 frames. And I'm going to put a keyframe. Then I'm going to go back to the beginning and bring this guy, damn it, then bring this guy up from here. Okay, so this is what I have now. Cool. Now the next part is where I need my script ease in Wizz. And I'm just going to put it here. I'm going to go for elastic and out. I only need it to be applied on the last frame. So I'm just going to select my keyframe and hit apply. Now what this is going to do, check this out. All right, so you can see that it bounces back in an elastic way, and that's freaking cool. So yeah, great. All right. But the problem here is that I can see the ball even before it comes, so that's really disturbing. So to fix that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Alphamate. Please, if you don't understand, please go and check my YouTube tutorial, Earth Hour, or any other tutorial that I've made recently. Everything has Alphamate explained, or actually, if I'm not wrong, somewhere in my tutorials, yeah, this tutorial here, I explained Alphamate pretty much better. Okay, so you can go and check it out. It's my playlist, so you have this tutorial, and I believe so this tutorial as well, tutorial After Effects, and this one. Cool. Now let's get back here. I'm just gonna here my elastic ball so I can see it before it comes inside. So I'm gonna get my shape, I'm gonna duplicate it, put it on top of the elastic ball. Now I cannot see my elastic ball. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Elastic Ball, toggle switch, and use Alpha Mate, which means I'm only going to see this layer only inside this shape. So as you can see, when it goes outside of the shape, I don't see it, and that's quite cool. All right, now let's put this, and let's color this layer so that we don't get confused. We're gonna put it in orange like the ball color. Great. All right, now before we continue, let's fix our animation for now, because the E comes directly with that, and that's not cool. So I'm just gonna wait until everybody's about to finish, and I'm gonna get all my E shapes here. Cool. And this guy as well, I'm gonna put it, just keep it there, and I'm just gonna wait until somewhere around that. Somewhere around here, I guess. Yeah. Cool. So what do we have now? The E just appears, so we need to play with the appearance of E. Now, here is the trick. Let's get back to our video. Pre-tutorial. Let's go to E. Oh my God, my computer is hanging. Not now, please. Cool. So if you look well at the E, you see how it is revealed? Like we have some different, we have some layers going on. All right, some cool transition going on. Now let's try to recreate that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new composition, and I'm going to make it just keep it, let's just say, I don't know, let's keep it like that for now. I'm going to create a new box using a solid. So new solid, and make it 500 by 500, and let's just call it square. The color, we'll change it later on. Cool. So here's a square. Now how to get that effect of that transition? I used an effect called corner pin. Now what corner pin does, it creates those pins on your the corner of your solid, the corner of your image, the corner of your video, the corners of your shape, anything that you create and you apply the effect to, it creates 4 corners. All right. And what it does is you can go and animate it the way you want. Okay? Cool. To have a better understanding of corner pin, I would like you guys to go to Matrunks. And yes! Colorful origami animation lié de triangle coloré. Colorful origami. So you can just watch this tutorial and you're gonna understand probably more about corner pin. Alright? Cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play with this guy. So we're gonna put it here like nothing. Then we're gonna animate it going here. Then we duplicate and we offset. Alright? Cool. So let's get started. Let's reset this. So I'm just gonna put keyframe on this corner pin, right? So we just put a keyframe and we press U to see the keyframe. Cool. I'm gonna hit shift page down for 20 frames, and I'm gonna put a keyframe. This is the initial state, the last state. So I'm gonna go in the beginning and I'm gonna try to push this one here. All right, so I'm just gonna make sure that this is 500, exactly like the size of my layer. Great. Now all I need to do is play with the keyframe speed, easy ease, and make it fast or slow. Let's play. See that? Cool. Now all we need to do is color this layer and that's it. Color this layer and create duplicates. So For the first layer, I think what I've done, fix myself. 1 F6, FE, I believe. So I even cannot understand my handwriting. Oh my god, no way. Cool. Alright, and I'm just gonna duplicate this guy, edit, duplicate, and cool. I'm gonna probably count 1, 2, 3 maybe, and push it, and change the color. I'm gonna go for E98 and 54B exactly. I knew it. And I'm just gonna go back in the beginning and count. How much did I count here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and push this guy here and change the color to the last one, which is our E color, F6 F E CB. No, seriously? For F4548. Sorry. So this is what we have. Cool. That's a cool transition. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this composition and use E as an alphamate so that we can only see the origami inside of the corner pin inside of the E shape. So that's what I'm gonna do. And where is my comp one? I need to bring it outside actually. Or it's too late for now. So I'm just gonna call this corner. Hold on. Cornerception. All right. So I'm just gonna call this tutorial. Okay. Cool. So here's our cornerception, the one that we just created just now. Not this one. God. Good. This is the one that we just created just now. All right. Cool. Now I'm just gonna try and bring it back here. Now the problem is the composition is too big for only this square. So what I need to do is, you can see it's a lot of space for nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop the composition at the right size of the square. So I'm just going to hit this region of interest and I'm going to draw a box around it. Just trying to get it right. Just a bit. Doesn't really have to be perfect, but just as much as you can. And I'm just going to go composition and crop comp to region of interest. Now I cut my composition to be exactly like that. Now if I go back, nice. So I'm just going to go and put this guy, trying to fit it there. I'm just going to go and put it somewhere here. Alright, and I'm going to change the anchor point here so that if I size this down, it's going to size from there. And that's cool. So I'm just going to go to somewhere like 35, 34. Yes, cool. Now this is what I'm going to have. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy here. What I want to do is I want to see this origami only inside the shape E. So I'm going to use the same thing. Toggle switch, use alphamate. The shape is on top of it. So this is what I have now. All right. Okay, I made a mistake there. Cool. All right. Now I'm just gonna offset all the others. No, I'm gonna offset the ball a bit. So this one comes first and then the ball will come just a bit later on. Just drop by. After this one is about to finish, it drops by. Cool. So I'm gonna layer this. I'm gonna make it maybe, I don't know, brown. Yeah. And this one, since it's orange or yellow, so I'm just gonna put it yellow so that it's very, you know, standing out. Cool. Now let's animate the stroke of the E. This one you can use trim pad, but me, I wanted to use linear wipe. Why? Because I want it to come from both sides, all right, all up. So I'm just gonna go and put a linear wipe on the stroke. Okay, so this is linear wipe. Okay, it just gives you a transition, nice. But the way I want it right now is not really a normal linear wipe, but a bit, you know, like that, maybe somewhere around that. Let's see. Okay. See that? Yeah, let me just go to, yeah. See that? It's coming from both sides. So let's just put 2, 3, 2. Yeah. All right, now it's going to be equal. So I'm just going to go and animate this. So from 2079, I'm going to go here, put a keyframe, then 1, 2. I'm going to bring this down to 62. And again, keyframe, easy ease, and make this fast to slow. All right, now let's check our animation. All right. Cool. I think I'll just put it a bit back. Okay. Display. Cool. Now let's try to finish the last parts of the letter E. So I'm gonna, yeah. So I'm just gonna go and get my screener. And let's try to make this one. So that one is just actually a box. All right. And yeah. Get this color and just try to draw a box. It doesn't matter because we're going to use Alphamate anyways. And this box, I'm just going to put the anchor point there in the center. All right, so I'm going to call this E bottom box. Save. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a keyframe at the end, and then 1, 2, go in the beginning, and push this back a bit. Not here, please, not here. A bit back off, and just start the layer from there. So select everything, keyframe assistant, easy ease, and make this fast to slow. All right. Cool. Now, all right. Great. Now this is how it's gonna look like. It's quite weird. Okay, we can see it outside of the E. So to fix that, I'm gonna duplicate the shape of the E, put it on top, make it right in the start, and use Alphamate. I'm just gonna offset this a bit. Cool. All right. Now, next one is this guy. The small shape right here, and that's quite simple actually. All I'm going to do is I'm going to try to copy that dark orange, and I'm going to try to draw a shape. All right, somewhere around there. Cool. And put this center here. Or, anyways, center better. Cool. Now, the wiggly rectangle. All right, this one I'm going to give them a color. Probably a yellow. Now, this one is going to be an orange. Cool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to animate this. Now, the way I animate this is quite funny. It's quite funny. So I'm just going to go to the beginning of the layer. Okay, and I'm going to bring this guy here. Not here, a bit off. And I'm going to go to position, put a keyframe, then 1, 2. And yeah, I'm going to bring it until the end. Then 1, 2. Then I'm going to bring it just until here. Doesn't touch that. And 1, 2. I'm gonna copy this keyframe and bring it there because I want to just bring it in the same place. Then 1, 2, and I'm just gonna copy this frame and then keep it here. Now this is what I have. It's gonna come out, it's gonna come in, and then keeps jiggling there. All right. So if I want, I can just, probably just finish here, and I'm just gonna do an easy ease keyframe. Same thing. We're just gonna make fast to slow. Now, shall we see what we have? You shall. But the problem is, actually, I can still see this jiggle even before E. So I'm just going to duplicate the layer, put it on top, change it to orange, and use Alphamate. Now we can only see that shape inside of E. Great. Cool. What can I do? I can just offset this a bit. So when this comes in, alright, probably down it. Cool. It comes from behind it. Yeah, it comes from behind it, it's better. Alright, let's see our animation. Not bad. It's quite good. Cool. Now, the last part of the letter E, and that is this slicer here. Cool. This one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go pick the color and trace it. It's going to be really easy, actually. I'm just going to trace that. Cool. And I'm going to call this slicer 1. Save. Okay. So the way this is going to work, put the anchor point in the middle. The way it's going to work, it's going to come from outside, then going to come in. And yeah, let's try to animate that. So I'm just going to put a position 1, 2, put a position here. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to push this one a bit far. Not here, a bit far. And I'm going to select everything here, and I'm going to go to Ease and Wheeze, and in spite of elastic, I'm going to use back, out, and apply. Now what this is going to do is this is going to give me this back effect. All right, hold on, let us just shut off this because we don't need it anyways. See that? It gives me that bounce back. It's quite cool. Now let's see, what do we have here? I'm just going to push this back somewhere where the letter E starts. Somewhere around here. That's where I'm going to push this guy a bit. Cool. Alright, now let's look at it. Now the problem is that you're going to see is that this one just appears and then it just appears there. And it's really a big problem. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get this guy, before I pre-compose this, I'm going to duplicate this guy, and I'm going to select the orange color, probably this one, and I'm just going to put it behind, and I'm just going to change that for 2 frames. Now what will I have is, I will have this offset. Okay, it's quite cool. I think so. Right? Cool. Just put them like that. So cool. Now what I will do is I will, because I want to mask it so that I only see it outside of this place. So I'm going to select both my layers, both of slicers, sorry, and I'm going to right click, pre-compose. I'm going to call this slicers. Alright, put this into tutorial. Great. Now I'm going to go inside, and the thing is, I just want to see these guys around here, so I'm just going to go and region of interest, okay, and I'm just going to draw a region of interest around there, go into the beginning, and just slice it around there. Okay, cool. And then composition, crop to comp. Now get back here and just bring this guy where it was supposed to be at the end, somewhere around here. Cool. Now this is what we have. We still have the problem of it's coming off, you know, before the E. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the last part, and I'm just going to put like this, like that, like this, like that, like that. Cool. Now what I've done is I masked these parts so that I can only see them outside where they were supposed to be. So I'm just going to go somewhere around here. Okay, the layer actually starts from here, so I'm just going to crop so that it can start from there. Now so that I know which part it starts from. So cool. All right, let's see what we have now. Cool. Great. Now we finished with the E. Right, now let's move to the O. Man, I hate this chair. It makes a lot of noises. Now, before I move to the O, let me stay organized. So I'm just gonna get everything about E, pre-compose it. I'm gonna call this the E. And I'm just gonna go inside and start this composition from there and make it quite long. Okay. And then I'm gonna trip the composition so they can start directly from there. So this is what I have. All right, and it's quite big for only, the composition is quite big for only that place, so I'm just gonna go and do the same thing. All right, so I'm just gonna go and crop something like that, and crop it region. Okay, so I can use it maybe later on. Now I'm just gonna go and push this back where it was supposed to be. Great. And I'm just gonna push it somewhere here. Yeah. Cool. Right. Cool. Eh, what the hell? What the hell happened to the strokes? What happened to the strokes? Slicers. This is funny. Something happened to the strokes. Oh, okay, because we changed the comp. Okay, alright, cool. Okay, cool. Alright, so, yep. Cool. Now let's create the O. So for the O, it's gonna be really easy. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna solo this layer and I'm gonna start creating the O. So for the O, of course, I'm gonna go for the ellipse. I don't need the fill at all. I just need the stroke. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to guess the center here, and I'm just gonna put it that way. Cool, and I'm just gonna go and push this. Hold on, let me just try it again. God, okay. So around here, somewhere around in the center. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna pump this up. Okay, and put the anchor point right in the center for now. Yeah. Cool, and let's try to place this back to where it was supposed to be. Great, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this O main stroke, and I'm going to save first. So what I need to do is I'm going to create another circle for the stroke, and I'm just going to call this off. So I'm going to try to guess again, say it's around there. Okay, I'm just going to push it. Okay. and I still remember we did 3, then the color was orange. And same thing, I'm just gonna go inside, and I don't need the fill, but I need the stroke, and dashes 5 I suppose to, yeah. This is what we have, but I think it's quite too big, so I'm just gonna scale this down to 99. No, cool. Now I'm just gonna go and scale this to 99. Great. Just push it out. 98. Great. It's exactly on there. Now I'm gonna call this outer stroke. I need another one for the inner stroke, so I'm just gonna go and create another one here inside. I don't need the fill, but I need the stroke dash, and I need a 5 one. Cool. Actually, I need to size this just a bit more. I just need to size this just a bit more around there. Cool. That's how we create the O stroke. I'm call this inner stroke, and I'm just gonna select all of them and put this. These guys are orange, so I'm just gonna go with orange, and this one is brown for now. And I'm gonna give this another color so that I know what I'm talking about. Cool. All right. Now that's it. That's pretty much it. What I'm going to do is, before I start animating the whole O, I'm gonna try to finish the whole style frame, then we can start from there. Now, to create this thing right here, you can see that it has the same stroke, but it just, you know, finished at this part. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna duplicate this guy, change the color into that white, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use this O sliced. Okay, I'm just going to put it up. Now here I'm just going to go and add a trim path, and I'm just going to really slice it somewhere around 88, I guess. Yeah. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Yep, that's pretty much it. And I guess now we are quite ready to animate these things, and yeah, quite ready to animate these things. So let's start. Let's get everything anchor point in the center, but not this guy, not this guy. Everything should be right in the center. Cool. So let's focus on this guy. This guy we're going to use a trim path, so add trim path, okay, inside, and I'm just going to start anti-clockwise. I'm going to start from not really there, let's just offset a bit somewhere around there. Yeah, cool. Alright, now I'm just going to go in the beginning, I'm going to put a keyframe, and then I'm going to like 1, 2, shall we put 2? I mean, really? Yeah, I guess so. So just keyframe assistant, easy ease, and we just put this back here. And that's what we have, a dump circle trim pathing. Great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this. And I'm just going to go here and here, go to the beginning, and paste it. Right. It's going to give me this really nice rotation animation. Cool. Right? Cool. And I need now to animate this guy. Now the way I animated this guy is quite tricky. Not really. I'm just going to go to scale. I'm going to go 20 frames, put a keyframe, then I'm going to go back, put this back to 0. You can notice that I'm always using 20 frame because it always works. Always, always, always. So I'm just going to go here, keyframe assistant, easy ease, and let's make this fast to slow. Alright. Okay. Cool. Now the next thing I'm going to bring is Shift R to bring the rotation so that I can rotate this guy. Alright. Probably I'm going to start from here. So when he comes out, gonna put a rotation, then I'm like 1, 2, 3, and I'm just gonna give him one round, then he's gonna finish here, I guess, or minus, yeah, just put it there, and just get everything there, and we're just gonna go to keyframe, easy ease, and let's easy ease everything, yeah, fast to slow, let's try. Cool. Great. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this guy, and I'm going to try to get that color, the next color, which is orange. Okay, I'm just going to get that. I'm just going to get orange. Cool. This one has to be offsetted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool, and yeah, just keep it there. But just in spite of it coming there, it comes a bit further here. Cool. See? Great. So let's see now the whole animation. Cool. I'm just gonna get this a bit in here. All right, let's try. Cool. The last thing about this circle is a small special effect going on here, and that is using a circle. So I'm just going to check this off. I'm going to use this blue. Check this out. You know, just things that you can add since we have 4 more minutes. I'm just going to create it until here. Okay. And I'm just going to go to bring it in the center, and I'm going to put a keyframe, put another keyframe, then go back and put 0. Okay, cool. Now I'm just going to go and easy ease, keyframe, assistant, easy ease, and yeah, this is what I have, and that's cool. Now I'm going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to go like 1, 2 frames, push this back, and let's just say alpha inverted mate, meaning I just want to see this layer when this layer is not on top of me. Let's see. Cool, but we do have a small artifact going on there. So I'm just gonna go here. This is very, very nerdy. If you're not a mathematic guy, I'm sorry, you're gonna suffer. You're not gonna understand what I'm gonna say here. Now the trick about this is mathematically hard. What I need to do is get into this very keyframe, not another, this one, and I need to add 1. So this is the mathematical part. 100 plus 1, hold on a minute, calculator. 100 plus 1, hold on, oh my god, 100 plus 1, plus 1, it's 101. So I need to go here and put 101. Alright? But it's still not working. So I need to go 100 plus 2, 102. So I'm just going to go here and go 100 and 2. Cool. See? Now it fixed. Cool. What I'm going to do now is try this. See, it's just that boom, boom. Cool. So I'm just gonna go here and just give this another stupid color, which is blue, and I'm just gonna go somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Just start it there. So zoom, zoom. All right. Cool. We finished. Let's see how far we are here. Cool. I guess that's pretty much it for now. This is for the first two. We still have on the next tutorial, I'm gonna talk about how to create the other letters. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next one. By the way, my name is Mr. Popo, and I'll see you on the next tutorial. Cheers.